She's booed up again. Episode number 83. Expect more and pay less at Target. Come on, who doesn't shop there? Today's episode of the Keep It 100 Girl Show is brought to you by Target. Anyone with a fitness goal will appreciate saving 25% off C9 Champion clothing, shoes, and sporting goods using the promo code SAVE25. And it's valid from January 8th through to the 14th. Also, for all you Namaste yoga fans, Target.com is offering Gayam yoga mats on sale from $16 and up. For those wanting to spruce up your home, don't miss out on the 25% off furniture, decor, and rugs special. This is the deal. You spend $175, you save $35 on any furniture during the home sale. In addition, Target wants you to save, right? So when you spend $50, you save $10. When you spend $100, you save $25. Plus up to 25% off bed and bath. How's that? This is my town. If you don't know, now you know. Do that thing that you do. All right. Here comes Execution Week, y'all.
Nina's purpose is to empower women to celebrate women's embarrassing moments. If you're too shy, nervous, or embarrassed to ask about sensitive girly stuff, you're in the right place.
Welcome to the Keep It 100 Girl podcast. If you're tuning in for the first time, what's up, girlies? Thanks for listening and joining me today. I'm your host, Nina Babel. I am an entrepreneur, speaker, obviously the founder and creator of the Keep It 100 Girl podcast, and I'm soon launching Podpreneur School, which you'll hear about later. You can connect with me online on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter just using the handle @NinaBabel, and that's babe with an L in case you're wondering. But I'm broadcasting here live from the DMV, and that's code for those of you who are international for Washington, D.C. As always, this is another 50 Shades of Cray Cray. For some of you, you're going to feel embarrassed and exposed. And we are exposing in this episode. You're going to learn what women and men are thinking but not saying out loud. We celebrate our shame by letting go or bringing up the embarrassing moments of being a girl and a man in this world. Don't be weirded out either. There's no sick factor to it. It just takes education. And the more you and I converse about all the ages and stages and stigmas of it all, it's going to eventually fade away. Trust me, we're going to have fun. It's nothing to be ashamed of either. Ever.
This has been a joy. This is fun.
I know. It's like I'm having this great we're just hanging out and having a conversation.
I love talking to you, and I love what you're doing. It's so empowering.
Oh my God, this is fun. I love this shit right here.
Are you ready to keep it 100?
Yes, I'm ready to keep it 100.
I'm ready to keep it 100, girl.
You know I'm going to keep it 100.
My hand is raised. How about yours? So status quo these days is that dating apps have become the norm, especially with you millennials. That's how you kind of meet and greet your potential, your dating potential. So why go outside, especially when it's freezing cold, and meet people when you could just swipe left or right on a screen from the comfort of your own bed? It's all just so easy to be booed up, whether you decide to do it for a night or a committed relationship. How many of you have been ditched by your bestie or girlfriend for a man?
Damn!
In this episode, women describe their bitter disappointment with their besties and girlfriends who forget who their good friends are. Girls who drop their best friends for their boyfriends? It's not cool. It's not girl code cool. But winter is officially, as you know, cuddling, cuff, whatever you want to call it, season. Cuddle season means his and her sweats, socks, blankies, mugs, whatever, until the next season. She could never talk. She could never hang out. She's always with her man. What happened to the meaning of BFF? You know, many people will walk in and out of your life, but only true friends will leave footprints in your heart. True? So I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it true, right? Keep it 100. That's the whole theme behind it. You've been friends for so long and you're grappling with, do I throw this relationship away? Do I just step back? Or do I just plain out ignore? And the whole situation, it's just killing you because neither one of you is bringing it up either. You're terrified of losing her, but at the same time, you don't want this now one-sided friendship to destroy you, right? And your character, your mind, until there's nothing left in your tank. The embarrassing part is she was like your sister, right? Your blood sisters. What was a two-way street is now one. Trish is a college grad, and I asked Trish, look, what if when your besties got booed up? How do you handle the situation now that you're older and now you're a college grad? Like, your life is about to change. You're going to get busier. And this is what she said.
I respect it, but then it's like, you know, if it's too much, I'm like, all right, well, I want to hang out or whatever. You just have to say it. Hopefully they get it and try to make time for you. But I get it. I get the boo thing, especially if it's like a nude boo, you know. Yeah, I get it.
So I think this is just a reminder to all of us that you just have to say to yourself, look, I'm not texting, I'm not calling her unless you really need her for something. Unfortunately, that's how it goes. So you're worried that you're going to get very distant. Your friendship is going to drift like the glaciers in the Arctic. They drift apart. Or as a result, you might just lose your whole circle of friends because you've decided to break up that friendship. But she always has this habit of running back to you when they break up, when they fight, and you're always there for her and take her back. Because you know what? You totally will. Sound familiar? So let's run down my all-time 10 annoying things our boot-up friends do repeatedly. Number 1, it's a season. It starts with the harvest. Nobody wants to be single in the cold weather, right? When your girlfriend has no time to call, spend quality time with you to hang out because she's with her man 24/7. And it's winter. She's hibernating and you're not hearing a peep.
Nobody wants to be single in the winter because it's cold. So nobody, like, half the time it's like, oh, it's cold, it's snowing, it's whatever. People want to be cozy and cuddly with their boo. They don't want to have to go out in their little mini skirts and try to pick somebody up or try to meet someone new. That's what it is. Like, they want to be cozy all winter.
Yeah.
They want to be spooned.
Yes.
I never specifically worked with the seasons. I mean, you know, it didn't work that way for me. I met you when I met you. I haven't, maybe, you know, I should have, but I didn't have a strategic plan.
Right. I just always feel like people like jump into relationships, or even if they're not necessarily like boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever it is, like people
it's November, you know,
get comfortable with each other and just spend a lot of time together because they don't feel like going out and partying like in the summer or whatever it is. I don't know.
Number 2, she doesn't return calls right away like she used to. Now she's constantly busy. I mean, we're all busy, but this is the annoying busy because she's busy with him. It's the whole start of the exile. Doesn't matter when she met him. It could have been a day, a week, or a month ago. Maya said she hadn't seen her girlfriend from college in 2 years.
I hate when friends do that, though. I've had a lot of friends where they get in a relationship and it doesn't matter if it's been a week or 6 months, whatever. Whenever they're in a relationship, they disappear.
Right.
Like, I actually just saw one of my good friends and old roommates from college yesterday. Haven't seen her in probably since graduation or something from college, so like 2.5 years ago. Because she's been in a relationship. And she's a serial dater, too, like long-term relationships.
Yeah.
So when she's single, she wants to have fun. Right. She wants to call you.
Right.
Like, I know if you're calling me, you broke up.
Exactly.
Or you had
a fight.
Yeah. I hate that because I'm like, okay, but even when I'm in a relationship, I still make time for you.
Yeah. Like, I still make a point to call. I still make, even if text,
like some of your time is going to be taken.
Yeah.
I mean, that's logical. There's a new person in your life. But that doesn't mean you have to, like, exile yourself. Right. Yeah.
Number 3. Look, she doesn't answer her phone when you call. Now you're more pissed than ever, especially if it was urgent and you needed something. Number 4, she's late. Or you know what? She misses your play dates and either has to cancel or reschedule at the last minute. When you're in transit, you're on your way, or maybe you're there waiting. So you make more plans, right? You forgive her, you keep it moving, and then she breaks them again for him. Now you're officially pissed. Fine. You started spending more time with other friends, and you know what? You decided, look, I don't need her, at least right now. It's a forever phenomenon. That's what I'm here to tell you. This stuff doesn't get old. The worst part is when they break up, she's coming back. There's no shame to her game. You know, she's looking you dead straight in the eye like everything's picture perfect. Nia is in her 20s and now a sophomore in college.
That's what I was thinking. I remember one of my friends, she broke up with her boyfriend for like 3 days and she was on the phone with me talking and I was like, you're really just calling me because you broke up with your boyfriend? And then they got back together and then she fell off the face of the earth again. So I never heard from her in like a week or two. So
Number 5, she talks in code, or like this, a low whisper. Or you could tell when she's in the closet, right? Because you have that sort of echo going on, or bathroom. You got that kind of bathroom action going on. And then this is you. I can't hear you. Speak up. When she does speak up, it's now elevated to a whisper tone. But you could tell she's isolated herself, right? Or they're watching TV and, you know, it's football, so she doesn't want to interrupt because the volume is on super, super duper high. And then she can't even hear you. So she's like, what? Can you repeat that? Or lastly, she's just talking at an accelerated pace and half listening. And nothing annoys you more than having to repeat yourself or listen to somebody who you know is half listening. Why bother? Number 6, they always claim, look, I'm not a phone person. I'm not a cell person. And they claim they're not a texter. Then all of a sudden, they are sending and responding to texts right away. Oh, and even better, they are using emojis. You're thinking about creating and launching a podcast in 2017, but you just don't know where to start. I'm here to tell you, you're in the right place because Nina was in your shoes almost a year ago. Podcasting was totally new to her. She didn't know anybody in the industry. She didn't have an audience. And more importantly, Nina didn't know where to begin. Her goal was to launch a podcast in 6 months or less. And she's here to lead and guide you through her blueprint called the Nina Method. This is a proven step-by-step way of launching a podcast from end to end, start to finish. Nina will teach you how to avoid the same hurdles that she had to overcome. And she's also going to level set expectations with a real reality check. So go ahead and visit www.podpreneurschool.com. That's PODPRENEUR school.com. And you can register for a free introductory online course. The official course starts on January 16th. Number 7. So now you all have connected, you scheduled a play date, And all she does is talk about this dude all the time. Enough. You know what? You come to terms with it. You realize I'm jealous of this dude because he gets all her time and attention and I don't. Number 8. Okay, now the ego is starting to get a little bruised because you're feeling like you're penciled in. She spends time with me kind of at a obligation. The time together is not genuine. It's rushed because ultimately she wants to go home so he can pick her up and go to his house. I mean, that's really what's ticking in her brain while you're talking. You are definitely lacking the satisfying friendship that you once built over the years. And the dynamic changes even further when you play or you realize you're now second fiddle. Nia describes exactly that feeling with her high school girlfriend. In fact, it's her BFF.
I remember there was one time when I actually tried to hang out with my best friend, but she made the plan, but the plan that was actually supposed to happen with her was with her boyfriend, so that got canceled. So she decided to make the plans with me. So I was basically a second choice in a way. So I was like, okay, I understand, I guess. But I told her about that, and she was like, oh, I didn't even notice. And well, that's basically what happened. And we still didn't even hang out that day, so it's a little weird. But I'm seeing her next Sunday. Maybe try to fix that. And then most of my other friends, they're always so busy. I'm busy, so we still talk, like through text or maybe a phone call, but not face to face in a way.
We girls don't know how to have and maintain the relationship space thing. We do it to our detriment. We're either all in to the one end of the spectrum, or we just don't know how to play kind of in the middle. The girl code rule of thumb is this, plain and simple. Thou shalt maintain your friendships. Trust me, because he will maintain his. And I make it known, like, I have a life. Like, I do X, Y,
I feel
Z.
like that's usually good for a relationship to have something outside of it.
Like, I don't want to be joint at the hip with you 24/7. For me, that's just not how I roll.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, when I look at these grown women, I'm just like, really?
We do that to our detriment.
Number 9, you get a one-off. Hey, how you doing? She returns a phone call, not days, but maybe weeks later, asking you to do something or be available in less than 24 hours. Things don't work like that, hun. There's this mad rush to rekindle the relationship because they only have this specific window of availability and time to spend with you. Plain and simple. It's kind of like use it or lose it in their world. Number 10, she's grown. I'm telling you, boot up has no age boundaries. The only difference is when you're older, you get real busy, right? We have so many things. Like, I'm real busy, I'm crazy busy, I'm stupid busy. I mean, girl, I'm just so busy. Well, on the flip, you're old enough to know better and schedule me between your busy. I asked Nia if she was in touch with her girlfriends from high school. And this is what she had to say.
Especially with my best friend a little bit. She has a boyfriend now, so I barely get to see her because she's always with him. And another one of my friends has a boyfriend. I think this whole boyfriend thing was like, I don't know, once you get a boyfriend, you're like out of contact and you're no longer able to hang out with anyone. And it's like they basically devoted their lives to their boyfriends at one point.
Ghost, 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 ghost.
Okay, now that you're older and wiser, you're just too busy to care anymore. That's what it boils down to after you get burned a few times. You get used to the idea of talking, texting, or seeing her or any of your friends once in a blue moon. I mean, that's life. So what I'm saying is, if you're used to having that ongoing relationship, used to communicating, and then all of a sudden the plug is pulled, no one prepares you for that, boo. But cutting off your friends is always a heart-wrenching and breaking thing to do. But you have to decide what your tolerance level is and when being a doormat friend is not enough.
I'm free.
Sometimes you just gotta accept it, but alienating your friends and making your life revolve around your new man is clearly not the answer. You will soon realize how much it hurts your friendships, girly. You are not forcing anybody to choose either. At the end of the day, you know men will come and they will go. That's the proverbial saying. For those of you listening who know you're guilty and just realized you're guilty, don't neglect your girls. And for you loyal friends, if this friendship, if this BFF doesn't make you feel good anymore, you're the one that's going to suffer all the time. Loyalty is everything, especially as Scorpios. And you know what? You'll make even better friends down the road. Trust. All right, people, that wraps up another edition of the Keep It 100 Girl podcast. And remember, be prepared to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, even if it's totally embarrassing or super cray-cray. We all do it. We expose our insecurities as we take our journeys through uncharted territories that we've never, ever been in, visited, or wanted to. By us talking, we better understand and appreciate all of these aha moments that Keep It 100 Girl Nation goes through on a regular basis. I hope men and women celebrate it all. You're going to hear inspiring stories, dramatic situations from those of us who are just unapologetically funny about it all, with real emotional moments that are surprising and fun. And I talk to you guys like I talk to my own girlfriends about our failures, our successes, our good and bad choices. So share your story, drop me a line, question, or you can even pitch it. Even if it's something really, really small, don't hesitate to do it. So reply to this podcast, or you could send me a quick email to ask@ninababel.com. Tell us what you're struggling with, how you overcame an issue. Maybe it's a piece of advice, it's a lessons learned, and you want to pass the positivity. New episodes of the Keep It 100 Girl Show, they drop every Tuesday on iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, and now Auto Radio. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. And this is what you're going to do. You just look for that purple icon button, right? That's called podcasts on your mobile phone. And you know what? You're going to be mashing it up with a rating and review. You can connect with me on social. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and the Keep It 100 Girl Facebook page. So use the handle @NinaBabel to find me. And again, you spell my last name like this. Babe. As in, babe, like, hey, babe, with an L at the end. It's as simple as that. All right, peeps, that is my reel for today. I will check you on Thursday with the morning sip. Smooches.